Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Flea and I are back as we continue our look into horror anime with Death Note. An intelligent high school student goes on a secret crusade to eliminate criminals from the world after discovering a notebook capable of killing anyone whose names is written into it. Oh, it has been ages since I've seen this one.
I'm gonna say it's been 2006. It's been. I think I saw it when it first came out. I haven't watched it again since.
I
I may as well be watching it new from what I remember of it.
Yeah, it's a long series. They didn't split up into seasons, right? Or I think they just went both. There you go, 37 episodes. Get stuck in, people.
This is before they invented seasons.
Mm-hmm.
This is back in the day when you used to have an anime of like 200 odd episodes and it was on for 200 weeks. The good old days.
I think we're going to be here a while. Yeah, I first discovered it when the movie came out, the live action remake, and the stupid thing Netflix did was they dropped the anime series at the same time they dropped their movie, and then they wonder why nobody liked their movie because they had the option of watching the anime, and then realized how shit the movie was.
Yeah,
but we will discover this during a watch party because that is on the cards.
Oh God, I forgot all about that. I've got to be honest. I haven't seen the movie, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Starts off fun.
Look at the sincerity on my face.
Yeah, well, I'll get started. But anyway, I found a news article. I thought we'd talk about something interesting. Seeing it's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. If you've never seen Tokyo Godfathers, you need to watch it this holiday season.
Do you know what? I agree with that. Tokyo Godfathers is an amazing film. Satoshi Kon.
Yep. Many consider Perfect Blue to be director Satoshi Kon's magnus opus. Others vouch for his science fiction epic Paprika, or his non-linear exploration of cinema itself in Millennium Actress. But Kon's most grounded anime movie seemingly gets the least praise of the bunch. That's a shame because Tokyo Godfathers might just be the best work of a monumental career cut tragically short. It looks like Three Men and the Baby, but anime.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. It's all about these three homeless people who find a baby, and apart from that, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. With its rich characters, moments of comedy, drama, and pure action, Tokyo Godfathers is arguably both superior to and more relatable than Kon's other films. It's also a Christmas story, so now is the perfect time to watch or rewatch the film, especially since the subtitled version is currently streaming for free on Tubi. So there you go, folks. It's over in Tubi apparently. I forgot to look it up. That could be a watch party. That could be like a holiday. I'll get a few days off work and that time of year. That could be on the cards.
It's a Christmas movie. We've got to do a Christmas watch party.
I think that's on the cards. Yeah, we'll get a date for that and plug it in. If you're looking for something a little deeper to get you into the Christmas spirit, I highly recommend watching Tokyo Godfathers. Especially if you need a quick lift, you might be surprised at how much you relate to these characters. And like you said, the story focuses on three social outcasts, Jin, Hana, and Makuku. But instead of the people who don't know how good they have it, the less fortunate here are the Grinches who have lost sight of what the holidays are supposed to mean. This jaded homeless trio, consisting of a gruff alcoholic, a runaway teen, and a former drag performer, thinks that they know what cruelty is until they find a baby in the trash on Christmas Eve. The frantic search for the child's parents pulls them through Tokyo's back alleys and forces each of them to confront the secrets and regrets they have been carrying. They also encounter countless small miracles and coincidences surrounding the baby Kyoko, whose name literally means pure child, that guide them on their journey towards redemption, self acceptance, and the true meaning of holiday spirit. Sounds interesting. It's quite a long article. Obviously, we'll clip us. I'll link it in the description so you can check it out. What do you think? Watch party?
Definite watch party.
No, I enjoy Satoshi Kon's movies. I have to say, he is off the wall. So this just seems like I said, Three Men and the Baby, but yeah, anime style. And probably a bit more bonkers because it's Khan.
Definitely. Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers. I still think Satoshi Kon's best film is Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue sits very high up on my favorite horror films list.
Mm. Well, I'll have to watch it and see, but yeah. No, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Paprika as well, even though it went a bit off the rails at the end, but still, it was cool. I mean, I enjoy his work.
Worst,
Million
worst.
Factors.
Paranoia Agent.
Yeah, that was out there. But anyway, there you go. So stand by, folks. We'll be organizing a watch party and seeing they've got it online. We might as well have a look at it. But there you go, fun times.
It'll be worth it.
But yeah, I have not seen this. Death Note, like it's years. Whenever the other Death Note movie came out, I basically watched this straight after it, and then, like I said, realized how crap the movie was.
I don't think they've made a decent live action adaptation of an anime yet.
I think Bleach is. We'll have to do Bleach. I thought Bleach was decent.
Mm.
I'll have to give it that. Although they did cram a lot in, that sort of rushed forward with the storyline.
Yeah.
They like crammed like about 9 books into one movie, which I don't understand. They were, because they basically set it up as if it was going to be a sequel, but
Never bothered with the sequel.
no, well, it didn't land. But
That's
maybe
normal.
it is because people don't want live action remakes of anime.
The thing about the live action remake is why watch a live action remake the way they tried to cram everything into as short a time as possible, where you can actually go and watch the original series, which tells it at a really good rate.
And the other thing is when they use CGI, so they've animated it anyway. So why not just watch the original artists?
The original is better.
But yeah, this is not going in a rush. This is taking its time. This series. That's one thing I've noticed about it.
It is. It's a very steadily. There were a couple of times during some of the episodes where I was tapping my fingers, going like, "Come on, get to the next point, get to the next point."
Mm.
But it is. It doesn't rush. It takes its time. It tells its story slowly, and that's not a bad thing.
No, because this does get more complex. Because it's not, if when you watch the first couple of episodes, this you might think this is going to be the entire run, but it's not.
Yeah, I say the first two episodes, it's like, right, here's the plot. It's a really simple plot, but then it's like it's kind of like an onion, but it's putting the layers back on instead of peeling them off.
Mm.
Just gets more and more complicated the longer you watch it.
And one thing as well, we get a few notable plot points in this. So we start off obviously in the Shinigami realm, where they just hang about, like they're completely despondent, they're bored. All they do is gamble, and Ryuk stares off into the abyss. And we find out it's basically that they've no purpose anymore in their existence, but they're also afraid to die.
Yeah, I think he says that the only time they actually leave the realm is to like go and find extra years for their lives.
Yeah, and that's it. Every Shinigami has a death note. But an important thing is that Ryuk lost his death note and had to get a second one.
I'm trying to remember whether or not he'd actually got the second one on his belt when he was telling the other Shinigami, that he'd lost his death note.
Yes, he's basically he's open about it. This is important, by the way, because when you hear the Death Note has rules, and apparently Ryuk's the only one that wrote out rules for it, like for humans to find. Nobody else bothers. And then he whoops, accidentally drops it into the human realm.
Clumsy.
Oopsies. Yeah, oopsies.
Drops in inverted commas, by the way.
And he's the only one I think. No, some of them have done this before.
It sounds like people have done it before, but now they've kind of got to a stage where it's kind of like, oh, why bother? Why make the effort?
Yeah. What I don't get is, like, they don't even build themselves furniture. Like, their whole land is desolate and rocky outcrops.
They're kind of like old blokes sitting in parks on benches, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they may have homes to go to, but they just don't want to go there, so they just rock up on these benches all day.
Except these guys don't even have park benches. You know what I mean? They're just sitting about.
Sitting on wherever, sitting on the ground.
That sounds miserable.
They don't come across as a very cheerful bunch, though, do they? Because it's kind of like it's like it's almost like they're existing just to say they're existing. It's like there's no life to be lived.
Yeah, no purpose, nothing, and that's that is not good. Like, you may as well, like, what's the point? Like, an animal goes best instincts, so it doesn't think. But if you're a thinking being, you need stimulus. You need a
Yep.
purpose, or you're just dying. You know what I mean? Every day is just a slow death. What's the point?
No, I'd hate that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just sit down and watch life go past. That would drive me out of my tree. That would.
No, well, that's one of my motivations for doing things, I guess. Like, I couldn't just sit and binge, like, movies and stuff just for the sake of it. I used to watch a lot, but I had to do a lot more other things. I need a purpose. At least if
Yeah,
I'm watching a series and I'm taking notes and I'm, getting ready for discussion and we're doing this.
this is true.
If folks jump on the chat and we hear their thoughts as well, you know what I mean? It's achieving something.
Yeah, talking about achievements. Congratulations on the release of Volume 4.
Oh, thank you very much.
I was determined to work it in here somewhere.
Yep. Paperbacks went live. Kindle versions live, and it'll appear on the other bookstores as well. So it just takes about a week or something for all the database thingies to do first.
Next time I'm in Derby, I am going to order it from Waterstones.
Sounds cool. Yeah, it's even thicker this time.
If I can find the money. Well, I know I've got the money. I'm going to order all 4 of them from Waterstones, hoping that they'll maybe get a few extra copies in, put them on the shelves. If they do, I will send you a photograph.
That would be cool. And if anyone else wants to do that with Waterstones or Barnes and Noble or Paper Plus or where else, independent bookstores, yep, fantastic. That'd be wonderful. Love to see it getting out there, and especially this first year's just been. I know, yes, tangent, folks. This first year's just been building up. The product base, getting everything established. And obviously, next year be hitting conventions and getting out there more. Still carrying on, but this year was all about building and getting the authors on board and everything else.
I think it's great that you've got a team of authors behind you now. So it's like if you need like once they've written one story, the chance of them coming back for another.
Well, that's what's been happening throughout it. I've got returning authors for each anthology, and also getting new ones as well. New people coming on board. So that's brilliant. The fact that people come back, and then more people are finding out about it. It's fantastic.
I'm trying to put as much word of mouth out there as I can.
No, always appreciated, because that's the thing. It's especially a channel this size. It's all word of mouth.
Yeah,
That's how people find it. Same as people who are coming on board with the channel.
I say,
We're nearly hitting 1,600 subscribers, and we just thank
say,
everybody for hitting 1,500.
I say channel of this size. I'm looking at the number now. It's like, See, that's just it. It's like all the hard work you've put into this has finally paid off.
No, thanks, but it's your work too. You know what I mean? You've been on board for quite a while now, and same with Dale and Chris and Cameron. You know what I mean?
I just rabbit on about cartoons. That's all I do. It's run the occasional role playing game.
Which we're back to this Wednesday. We're doing a seance.
Oh yes, with the seance. So it's either going to last maybe another week or end really quickly, depending what happens.
All in the dice rolls. That's half the fun.
Anymore?
No.
Not going there.
Nah, I'm enjoying that. That's chill's a good system. I'm enjoying it.
Good. I'm glad it's a game I haven't played for quite some time. So I'm glad people are enjoying it.
Yeah, but that's something else we're doing here. We're just introducing people. If you haven't seen this sort of stuff, just let you know there's options out there. You know what I mean? If you're a horror fan, a lot of people, you know what I mean? A lot of people think of role playing, they all think of the fantasy stuff or sci-fi. You know what I mean? That's tend to where it goes. But there's so much out there. If you're a horror fan, same about anime, like we're talking about. You know, as a horror fan, you can find so many different mediums and.
Like when you say anime to most people, they'll think of like when you mention anime to people, the thing they come up with most is probably Naruto. Oh, like Naruto? No, nothing like Naruto. Nothing like Naruto. They don't actually know that it's like there are so many genres, subgenres, and demographics of anime out there than just like Naruto or the stuff that you see on television on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, but that's what we're here for. Just to let people know there are options out there, and if somebody gets them, maybe check something out that I haven't before and enjoy it. Fair play, we've done our job.
Yep,
if they don't fancy it, well, there might be something else. Who knows?
We're here to educate and go off on random tangents.
Absolutely, and sell you stuff.
And sell buy now. Meanwhile,
there's a great scene in the start of this here. You see, we'll cut across and we see Light Yamage, and both him and Ryuk are just similar personalities. They're completely detached from where they are. Their heads are somewhere else, and they need stimulus.
I find it interesting how it's like it's almost as if the roles have been reversed. It's like the Shinigami is the more human of the pair, and the human is like a monster. There's no other word for him. He's an absolute monster.
This is what being a zealot, you know, or somebody that goes on a crusade does. Might start out with the best of intentions, because honestly, there's nothing here he's done until he gets to a certain point. I was disagreeing with.
I would say he I mean, it's like he's gonna create a world in which there's like no evil, no criminals. Who wouldn't say no to that?
Of course.
Who wouldn't say no to a perfect world?
But also, and if we go back to the Matrix films, it was the first one anyway, because the other two are terrible. But yeah, I heard they were thinking about doing a third one, but we'll ignore that. But anyway, the first one is humans wouldn't accept. The perfect world doesn't fit, right? It doesn't make sense. We know the world isn't perfect, and it's the same as the animal kingdom. You know what I mean? There's predators, there's prey, there's apex predators. You know, it's that's part of it. There's danger, and it's foolish to think that can all just go. Now, can you mitigate risk? Can you reduce the danger in your society and your person? Yes. But how do you I suppose the whole thing is here. How do you not become the thing you hate? And that's always the danger, isn't it? With any
That
form of
is,
zealotry
yeah.
or
I think if you listen to him when he's talking about this dream world, when he's talking about what he's trying to achieve, there's a certain amount of naivety to what he's saying. It's like he's obvious like he's obvious like a high school kid. He's knowledgeable. He's quite smart, but he doesn't actually know that much about the world outside. He's like his own little bubble.
oh, that is so so close to today. The people that are out there preaching and telling us how to live are usually those type, which is just like
There is. It's. I didn't mention that for any random. It is. It's kind of like it's almost like considering this anime was made what 19 years ago.
mhm.
It's holding up a mirror to the world pretty well.
Well, the thing is, the technology and trends change, but humanity doesn't. We're dicks. Like honestly, if I had the Death Note, I'd be on TikTok. You know,
Oh
not
God!
streaming on TikTok, watching TikTok, going,
Oh,
aha.
what? Yeah,
You know, we don't have writer's crap by the end of the first day.
there's one. Jeff Blogs now. You know,
Never
you
heard of
know.
him. I don't.
Like,
Oh, I wouldn't even
no.
put the sound on. You know, if I see an arsehole in a car
Yeah.
and you just see the face expressions go, that's
It's
it.
like it's like
Fucking
it's
name
like
in the book. You know what I mean?
it's
I
like
don't even need to
this.
hear what they're
It's like,
saying or talking about. I just
live streamer B dies in 10 minutes. Massive rectal prolapse. You know, you make it as bad for him as you could while he was live on stream.
yep.
I've
No, I'd just be like,
got to be honest. I've got to be honest. There'd be a lot of pages left in my death note because I'm just too forgiving of people.
I'm very much leave me alone, I'll leave you alone sort of thing.
Mm.
But there's some people that are just out there to antagonize, and I hate that. It's like when we
Yeah,
talk about stuff, if people don't like, you know, say for example, somebody doesn't like Death Note, fair enough. Don't like anime, fair enough. No
yeah,
hard feelings. Maybe we'll find something, you know, there might be another stream or talking about something you will. That's cool.
yeah.
I'm not gonna go, if you don't like this, I hate you, because that's retarded.
Yeah, it
But there's
kind
people
of
like that out there.
yeah, or the people are like, oh my God, you like this. How can you like this? I don't like this because, and then they won't let you get a word in edgewise to say why you like it or why you think it's good or why it's relevant. It's just wrong, 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 wrong.
Now, people
I
like
can't,
that,
I can't deal with those kind of people. It's room in that death note for a few more.
do you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's people who go out of their way to encroach on your space, I have no time for, you know, and that covers a whole spectrum. Do you know what I mean? That can't be narrowed down to like a little couple of boxes. It's a behavior, you know. I've always been like that. I don't like that sort of
Mm.
behavior. I hate people who just go out to antagonize because that's uh, it's just sad. So yeah,
I
people like
agree.
that, yeah, they're going to Death Note. If I had one, I'd be like, right, you, and that would change on a daily basis because if I could not ignore them, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So if they just kept popping up, which some people do for a while, and even though you do the block thing, like don't want to know, go away, leave me alone. Yeah, then I get annoyed. But most people, yeah, I just ignore or don't interact with. Like if somebody's a knob, then I just go, you know what? Not I'm not wasting my time being in your company or
yeah.
verbally sparring with you or blah 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 because it's boring. It never leads
No,
anywhere.
I'm terrible at verbal sparring because I tend to go, I tend to go a couple of steps too far. But then
Uh,
then if I do go too far, I apologise, and what they do with that apology is up to them.
Fair enough. Yeah, I love the way when Reg just drops the book, falls through the ether into the human realm, and just Light is the one who just happens to see it from his from his classroom window.
You're telling me that wasn't premeditated. You're telling me that you didn't know exactly what he was doing when he dropped that book.
Ryuk is more scheming and clever than he lets on.
Yeah, I've worked that out already. It's kind of like, if anything, Ryuk is the one in charge. He's the one who's pulling the strings. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knew exactly what was going to happen when he dropped that note. He didn't drop so much as drop it. He placed it.
Mm-hmm.
I like Light's reaction when he picks it up. He's like, oh, it's like one of those chain letters. What a load of rubbish. Puts it down. Next time you see him, he's got it in his bag.
Yep. Well, yeah, it was going to happen. Like that's.
Oh yeah. I was expecting either that, or he was going to get home, say hello to his mum, walk upstairs, open the door to his room, and it to be sat on his desk.
No, I think he needed to make the conscious decision to lift it, so that worked. Yeah, and then this is where he starts the experiment. He sees the news, he sees the criminal. 2 and 2 get added up together, and that's it. He writes the name in the book after reading the instructions, which, once again, very nice.
Also, in this day and age, very unbelievable that anybody reads instructions. They are the kind of instructions you want. It's like, if you put like the name of someone in this book, like, what was it, something like 6 minutes afterwards, unless you specify the way you want them to die, they will die of a heart attack.
But you have to write within 40 seconds of writing the name in the book what way you want them to die, etc., etc. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great idea. The story that is not the Death Note itself. That's a terrible idea. There'd be no one left. There really would be no one left.
You just have a bad day and like writing spurt, people popping off left, right, and center.
Well, that's kind of what he does, isn't he? Because doesn't he write I mean, when Ryuk turns up and he's talking to him, he's filled like a dozen pages in both sides.
Yeah, he's ran for it. And then Ryuk mentions to him that, oh, by the way, you've damned your soul. You're not going to heaven or hell afterwards. I don't think he said purgatory, but you know what I mean. That's
It's like, you've got to be honest. Considering we're just saying like how nice and clear the instructions were, that's a bit of an omission in my books.
Once again, Ryuk's a scheming shithead. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he's doing. He's playing, and that's the thing. He's bored. Boredom is that can lead to all sorts of stuff.
Boredom is a terrible thing, because like you say, boredom can get you into all kinds of trouble.
Absolutely. But yeah, Ryuk,
for example.
Yeah, he's fed up. He just wants some entertainment, so he's just spinning this out to see what happens.
So I remember he mentioned. I don't know if you see this one or the next one. He mentions that when a Shinigami writes a name in his death note, when the person dies, he gets like all the remaining years. But humans who write names in death notes don't.
Yep.
They just kill people.
Yeah, and it just it goes to waste. But also, which is also a very big thing he mentions, is that the Shinigami is bound to the human who has the book until they either pass it on or die themselves to the end of their lifespan.
And when they die, their name goes in his death note, which is the first time you see his death note, which instead of just being a notebook with death note written on the side, is this nice big like ornate little grimoire that sits strapped to his belt in like a cage to hold it.
Yeah, the second death note, which he's not meant to have, and that was mentioned in the first. This is important for way later on. if I remember this.
I'm trying to remember. I'm after watching episode 6. I remember what happens in episode 7, and I think 8 and 9.
I don't remember. So I remember sort of how the storyline, the L storyline ties up, and then we'll go into another bit, and then I remember the ending of it because, like I said, it's all telegraphed. It's all being spelled out here, which is
Yeah.
very clever. Consider how long this series is. The fact they're setting up the ending of it already.
Based on a manga, of course, that went on for a lot of years. I also the nice thing about basing something off a manga or a series of books is the fact that the story is there and you can pace it instead of trying to like squeeze it all into too few episodes.
Yeah, that's why I don't get the making the anime of a manga while it's still being produced.
Yeah, because we've watched quite a few where the ending of the anime is coming. It's like Akira. There is a huge chunk missing out of Akira, the anime, simply because it hadn't been written yet. They could have, if they remade Akira now, God forbid, they'd probably include the stuff that was kept out, but they'd probably cut it into 2 films.
Mm.
But I would like to see the I would like to see like the Tokyo art.
No, it's always, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say the other T word.
No.
He has not to be involved that. If his name pops up with it, like, no. Give me that death note immediately.
It's like,
that doesn't hurt. Like, I'll be doing every time I hear that some shithead director's going to do a remake. Fuck you.
I'm not a masochist. I wouldn't enjoy that kind of pain. It's like, I mean, it's like Boogie Pop Phantom. Yeah, I'll put up with it. That version of Akira, yeah, not a chance.
No, Tiger.
No, because it's like there's a huge chunk that there's a huge chunk that they missed out because it hadn't been written yet. Because it's like the manga of Akira went on for like another year after they'd finished, another year and a half after they'd finished the film. Which is why it always kind of bothers me when they start making an anime of some manga or book series that's only just come out, because you'll get to a point and then you'll either have to finish the story off using like notes that whoever's writing it has given you and the imagination of the team, or you'll have to stop it and you'll have to wait until there's enough material to carry on.
Yeah, that's not good.
Both of which aren't ideal, because it's kind of like we're waiting for series and it's like we don't know when they're coming.
But when you think of the amount of material out there, there's no need to do that. That's studios, that's other people, you know.
Oh yeah,
trying to make a quick buck of popularity.
Yeah. Every season has new anime. Some of them are things that have been going for years. Some of them are new things. Some of them are things that have like only just appeared. It's worse when like you say, it's worse when something new comes out and it's a massive hit. So somebody grabs hold of it and makes an anime of it, and you get one series and you never see the rest of it.
Yeah,
looking at your character now.
No, it's like, once again, not playing the long game. I've noticed that with entertainment, so everything's so immediate and so now, and that's why it's got to this point where it's hard to get excited about anything.
Yeah, which kind of
because it's all just become that churn it out for the sake of churning it out, and you're just getting fed slop, and it's hard it's hard to be enthusiastic.
It does feel like in the past like year and a half maybe that anime is pulling back from that, because it's almost like they were producing more and more to feed the Western audiences, and now they basically turn around and gone, you know what, Western audience, we're doing this for us, which pleases me.
Yep, I'm happy. Like I said, there's anyone that gets into anime, there's more than enough material like 1,000 lifetimes. If you're a horror fan, there's more than enough material for 1,000 lifetimes.
oh,
There's
oh
no
God!
good.
Every single anime, anime that's any single anime television series that's ever been made has two constants: a beach episode and a horror episode. Doesn't matter what you're watching, there will be a horror. The horror will be a part of it, because as a nation, Japan does love its horror.
So J horror is great. Like for example, The Ringu was still an absolute classic, and
Yeah.
even The Grudge, it's
They do come out with some great stuff, and then of course, instead of getting the original copy over here, we have to remake it into English.
no, that's more Hollywood than us. And because we're led by the nose by Hollywood, that's why we end up getting the stops as well. But no, I think we're lucky in the UK. We can, for some reason, we seem to be able to get access to the original Japanese versions. We can actually watch it. World Cinema. I don't know. It just
Yeah, I want to say we have quite a lot. We have quite a lot comes into it, especially as we've got like little fringe cinemas, like not like the big chains like
like Prince Charles Cinema, that sort of thing. With loads of those.
Yeah, it's like we've got a local cinema in we've got a local cinema in one of the towns near us. It's great. You can walk in and actually order a slice of cake. All the seats in it are armchairs. It only seats like 30 people. It's absolutely brilliant. And they all do like all the fringe films and all the niche films, and nothing mainstream gets set there. And if you want to go and see a film, you've actually got to book tickets, because otherwise you won't get in. It's great.
I'm all for that. I think that's the way cinema's going. I think the multiplexes and that is down to death.
Well, yeah,
I think we're going to go back to the mini theater houses.
Yeah, why pay through the nose to go into a cinema when within a few months of release everything is being streamed into your home anyway?
Yep.
You may as well pay for a streaming service and sit in the comfort of your own home rather than go and pay like as much as it costs you to be a part of that streaming service just to go and sit in a cinema for a couple of hours to watch a film.
And I'd rather go to a niche cinema where everyone's engaged, actually they're invested in the movie, than general admission where you've just got randos and you're all, just people that don't know how to act in public, which has got worse these days. There used to be some sort of decorum, but now it's like, nah, obviously the phone's flicking all over the place and people yapping and yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, I hate it when people talk through movies. I really do.
Unless it's a watch party, then I have to, because that's kind of part
Unless
of
it's a watch party, in which case
we kind of have to do that, but hey, that's
gotta be done.
It's interesting the way they introduced Elle straight away, like as basically an antagonist. I mean, these two opposing forces. I thought they might have left it for an episode or two before bringing Elle in. Let Light sort of build up enough, but the sort of that part of the plot progresses very quickly.
It God, it does. It's like, I can't believe how fast it's like Elle becomes one of a major player in the series. It's just like this voice coming from a laptop. I am Elle. I solve all the crimes, and I'm going to solve this one for you. Why these like hundreds of convicts in prison are all suddenly dropping dead for the same reason?
Yeah. And that's what happened. It's not just in Japan, but it's all over the world. Hence why Interpol's got involved. And of course, Elle's like their secret weapon. He's basically like Sherlock Holmes, you know what I mean? He's a consulting detective, brought in for special cases.
I don't know about how easily Light falls into the that's what I'm looking for. It's kind of like Elle comes up with a plot. And Light's like, right, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to follow this plot exactly.
Oh,
It's
the
like
whole Lyndon thing where it basically announces himself.
yeah, and
On the
like all,
TV.
yeah, and all of a sudden it's like, you come from the Kanto region, so all of a sudden all the deaths are in like the Kanto region of Japan. That kind of thing.
I think I don't think we need to see the analysis. I think that's the whole point. Is he's meant to be a super genius intellect, and maybe showing his methods or what would take up too much time. It would slow the whole pace down. But just the fact that he has, he's been analyzing the data from the outset, and he's able to say, right, I've deduced this because of blah blah blah. This is what happened. This is where you are. And narrowing that broadcast down. Like, don't forget, that's the set still in the time of broadcast TV. So you can do things like that. Where, today that's completely irrelevant. Unless you narrow down to like region. I suppose you can region block. You still there?
I'm still here. I'm listening.
No, just looking at your your connection thing, and I'm like, oh, have you dropped off?
Oh God. Yeah, it's now because the weather's been a bit worse. My internet connection's been up and down like you wouldn't believe. So if I go quiet, and we say if I go quiet for too long, I'll be back.
Boink, boink.
But it's kind of it's almost if like it's what you were saying about Sherlock Holmes earlier. I think that kind of like that hits a bell because it's Holmes and Moriarty, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you've got two geniuses fighting against each other. I've got to be honest, neither of them seems to care very much about what's going on.
No,
it's like Light has got this idea. He doesn't seem overly enthusiastic, and it's like L is chasing after him, but he doesn't seem overly enthusiastic either.
But is that not showing the fact that there's similar personalities and also they're that detached from reality? I mean, everything's too easy for them. I knew a guy like up back in the day and straight A's, you know what I mean? GCSEs and A levels and stuff. It was just everything was too easy for him. He became an alco. I mean, he just couldn't cope.
Wow.
It was just all too easy for him. And yeah, he couldn't find anything difficult. So it actually broke him. Don't know what he's doing now. I never heard of I haven't seen him about 30 years, but still remember that, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So I liken the likes of Light and AL to that person in you. It all comes too easy. So it's almost like it's like a hyper, like we'll look at the Shinigami world and it's all desolate because they've nothing to live for. You know what I mean? It's just why bother? And it's almost like the reverse that, oh, it's too easy, why bother sort of thing.
Interesting.
We need struggle in life. That's a strange thing to say, but we can't just have everything handed to us. Look at the people that do. Look at the people that blow up on YouTube like immediately. They're usually end up being a mess within a couple of years. Of those around them, too much fame too fast. And they usually crash and burn at some point. Because they haven't had that struggle of getting there. So that they don't value and they don't know and they don't see a purpose. Look at the actors and actresses that start off that they blow up early on in their career and everything's just handed to them, and then they get to a certain point and things don't get easy anymore and they don't know how to cope.
Yeah, you see that a lot in child actors and actresses. It's like when they're young, they have like a really good career and they're very, very popular. But then when they start hitting their teens, they just kind of like fade away and disappear.
or
because
mid
they just
20s or 30s. You know
yeah,
what
they either end up in like care because they've cracked, or they just fade away.
Yeah, and that's it's a thing that we do need struggle. We need to solve problems. We need to overcome things. That's the human condition. If you don't have that, then this is what happens. You know, you become these extreme personalities. Like both L and Light are just completely detached. Just that it's just the fact that this is giving them something to do. You know what I mean? It's the challenge of them meeting a worthy adversary sort of thing. You know, that's what it's about. It's not even about like the people's lives are inconsequential. They're just collateral.
I mean, but Bob, yeah, look how L introduces himself to the world.
Yeah, it's basically just a challenge. I see. I am your equal. I'm your better. I will beat you.
It's like it's like I have introduced myself to the world. A person is dead, but because that person is dead, I have deducted this, and this,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the type of person we're after. It kind of cold, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But then there's people make life into they have decisions all the time. You know what I mean? Not you almost need to be
Mm.
that sort of detachment. But this is taking it to the extreme. Yeah, but that's a obviously Light falls for the first trap. He couldn't help himself. That's what he realizes. The owls, you know, somebody needs to be wary of. Hubris is great as well, isn't it?
Oh, Hubris
Just
is wonderful.
the complete hubris of I'm better than everybody. Yeah, that always works out well.
It's kind of like I kind of wish I hadn't watched this before, because I like I say, I can remember certain bits of the story, and I can't really turn around. This is like such and such in future episode, or this happens in future episode, which proves this.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Hmm.
The only thing is, at least it's been ages since I've seen it, so at least I can. I know the overstrokes of the plot, but the sort of
Yeah,
particulars. But also
it's
at this time, I'm picking up more.
yeah.
Like
Because
there's
it's
like
like I say, I know now I've watched episode 6. I can remember what happens in like 7 and 8, and when I watch 7 and 8, I'll probably remember up to
yeah,
like 12. But yeah, it's I'm enjoying rewatching it. I'm enjoying relearning the plot.
yeah, it's still good. It's still a good series, and it's a classic example of extremes of personality.
Mm.
Even Ryuk, he's an extreme in his own realm.
Yeah,
Everyone
because
else
he's like,
sort of accepted their lot, but he's not. You know, he's detached, he's aloof, doesn't quite connect with his own people.
my God, he's just like me. Oh. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But meanwhile though, where does Light get his technical skills from?
Yeah, you don't break into computers and not leave a trace. Unless you mean you have to be like super hacker, computer geek fat, but that doesn't. There's no such thing
I
as not leaving a trace, a digital trace.
Yeah, I do like that thing where it's like, oh yes, because of my amazing, my father is a policeman who's working on this case. Because of my amazing intellect, I can hack into the computer he has at home where he keeps all his documents from his police cases on.
Uh, God,
That that is it's the first and probably the only bit that actually made me kind of like rub my chin and go,
I think you're lying.
because what kind of police officer would keep everything on his
Um,
computer?
you remember the early 2000s, like around about this time, like
I
Dipshit
remember.
civil servants leaving
I,
laptops,
I
brains.
remember lots of politicians and civil servants leaving computers and hard. Who leaves a hard drive? Just a hard drive. Who
Yeah,
leaves a
thumb drive,
hard drive on a
fucking
train?
thumb drive. You know,
It's like, oh no, that bin bag full of important documents. Duh, I left it on Liverpool Street. You know, it's like,
but no.
oh, I might get in trouble over this. Yeah, but yeah, it's like, I'm breaking into my father's computer, and then his sister
Which
comes in.
also,
Mm.
what is it? His father's hardly home.
Yeah, so why would he have all his stuff on his personal computer? It's one of the few cracks that appear in the plot of this anime.
But then again, this is also pre-internet, so you had, you know, what I mean, we've all been there, copying and pasting, and moving things in the drives. So
Well, I don't know. It's 2006, so the internet exists for
but
businesses.
not to that extent. You tried Wi-Fi wasn't a thing then. You try and do, like, don't forget, ISDN connections were only just a thing around about 2006.
God, this
There's
makes
not
me.
even, it wasn't even like full fiber optic
This,
cables.
this makes me realize that Light is even more intelligent than we think he is, because he's like sneaking around the house with an extension lead to plug into the back of his dad's computer.
Yep. Oh dear. And files don't copy that quickly either. No passwords.
Right, it's an
No login
alternative.
screen.
It's obviously an alternative reality where the internet and things like that progressed quicker than they did in like our existence.
Yeah. You kind of have to let that go though. It's just I think it's the
So,
equivalent of bringing a bunch of paper files home and I'm sneaking through them, and taking photographs.
yeah,
It's just a bit of a contrivance.
yeah. But I'm trying to think when was the first time I got involved with the internet? I think it was like 99.
94 for me.
But he's like, it shows how good he is though. The fact his dad hasn't noticed that he's wired the two PCs together.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a bit much. And the fact that he has it updated all the time. And it's not locked. Like, it's not even a locked briefcase.
Mm.
But hey ho, like I said, we just have to kind of let that. But there's another thing as well. The fact that his father rings the doorbell to his own house.
Yeah,
What was that about?
it's a MacGuffin. It's just something that's in there to get around that plot point.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I think you only see him access his dad's computer a couple of times.
Yeah, because the rest of the stuff he does get on the internet or from news channels.
But then there's a scene where his sister comes in and says, "Can you help me with your homework?" And as she's sitting down in this chair, Ryuk's kind of like, "Oh yeah, you put the Death Note in that drawer. If she opens it and sees it, she can see me."
No, if she touches it, how to touch the Death Note.
It's Light's reaction is awesome though. And then the MacGyver music starts playing.
Oh my god! Talk about the most over-engineered. Like,
I mean, I've got to be honest. I was impressed, but it overcomplicated. Yeah.
but I think that also demonstrates, like I said, that if you the super high intellect completely detached from reality, everyone else would just tape it onto the desk. They put it in the Polly pocket and tape it onto the desk. No, he has to design this whole thing, and yeah.
See, me not being like super intelligent, not having a great intellect. What I'd have done is I'd have kind of like got the Death Note, slipped it inside a porn mag, and stuck it underneath my mattress.
Yeah, that works too. Something simple.
Because
Yeah.
people just look under the mattress and go like, God, and take it no further.
Mm-hmm. But this is light. That I think it's showing once again the extreme personality. There's no way he wasn't doing that. He has to show off. He has to show how intelligent he is. He has this need.
There is. I'm just looking at it, and he's describing it. Like basically, he's booby trapped his drawer. Well, no, he's altered one of his drawers so that nobody will find the Death Note. And if they do find the Death Note, he's booby trapped the drawer to destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much that could go wrong with that system. So the more he described it, the farther my jaw went down. But you just know that should anything happen, it's going to work perfectly.
Yeah, it's funny. Even the fact that he has to use the insert of a pen to put up the insulate the circuit and stuff, you're just like, okay, right, yeah.
It's because it's clever. It's clever, but it's kind of like it's too clever.
Yep. I think you need one of the channels, you know, to do the engineering stuff.
Yes.
Is the Death Note desk possible, you know, and make one?
Mythbusters? I'm Mythbusters still around.
Couldn't tell you.
But yeah, it's kind of like it's smart, but it's too smart.
But that's light. And that's L. And to a point, it's Ryuk as well.
Yeah, but it's the thing, like when things get too smart, they go around from being smart and they become dumb again.
I think that's the whole theme of this series because if I remember rightly how it ends, you know, that's basically what happens with light.
I think I remember what happens in the end, but we won't go there.
No.
We won't go there until we get there.
Yeah, with a while to go. But we'll see the police. And then Matsuya makes a statement that ever since Light basically started taking out criminals, that the crime rate has massively dropped. And he's basically saying what we're all thinking at that time. If all the scumbags
Just let him keep going. It's I've got to be honest. It's kind of like I apologize for the tangent. It's like one of the reasons that in the early Batman comics, the police went on strike, if I remember correctly. And the reason they went on strike is because Batman was basically doing their job for them and they got nothing to do. It comes across as that kind of situation. It's like, we've got less to do. We can concentrate more on helping people. Isn't it a good thing that this guy is like killing all these criminals and making other criminals not want to take the risk?
Mm-hmm.
But the answer is also to, because it's like technically he's unlawfully killing them. How do you justify mass murder?
I know. So where does it end?
Yeah, because let's. Sorry, after you.
No, just him. Where does it end? When somebody's got that on that moral crusade. So all the murderers go.
Right, all the
rapists
the dead
go. All the molesters go. Okay, what's next? Muggers. Okay, right.
Right.
Shoplifters.
Yep, and people who drop litter.
Yep, litter. You know, somebody drops litter. Jaywalkers. You know, okay, what's next? People miss their council tax payment. You know, by a month or default in a council tax payment. But you know, right, when someone's on a moral crusade like that,
does it end? It's like a moral compass only points in one direction, and you can only travel in that one direction.
And there's no stopping. That's the thing. When someone's on, have you noticed that anybody who is an activist or on a cause, they never seem to have an end for it.
No,
they can't stop. And that's a major, in a way, that's a major flaw in humanity as well. It's like if somebody's on that moral crusade, they just can't. Like you see, the activists they go on one cause, then they jump to another and jump to another because it's not about solving the problem. It's you know what I mean, it's being
It's
that person.
being the activist. It's not
Mhm,
so much about what you're trying to, well, not so much about what you're trying to protect or what you're trying to stop. It's about trying. It's about being angry about it.
mhm.
So once say you've got a cause that you want to protect, I don't know, um, a building or something. Once that building is safe, what are you going to do next? I don't know many people who sit down and go, you know what, we've done a good job here. Everything is perfect. They have to have something else to move on to.
Yeah, that's their whole personality, and lights like that as well. That's why I said I should not have power. I'd be a terrible, you know, if I had ultimate power, I'd be a terrible person, and people would have every right to quake in their boots.
If I was in charge of this country, I'd give everybody free ice cream. I'm not standing. Vote for me, free ice cream.
Politicians do that. They say, what was the one? If you
Look,
vote for me, you get a free laptop or something or a free iPhone. You're like,
it,
what
it's
the
a,
hell is this?
it's a better offer. Look, free ice cream. It's a better offer than most politicians are going to give you. Yeah, free ice cream. A free ice cream for every individual in the country every Wednesday. Celebrate Hump Day with a free 99 with a plate.
God, a 99. Well, how much is a 99 these days? Definitely not 99p anymore.
That's £3.50 or something like that. I think
God, oh,
they're more than 99p.
that's something I don't see around anymore. Ice cream vans round anyway.
We occasionally have one in summer, but you only see them like one day a week. We used to have when I was a kid. We used to have like 4 or 5
Yeah, they
like
just come
that.
around, yeah, uh, all the time. And they were competitive with the shops.
Mm, they were, yeah.
Oh well,
So it was cheaper than the shops.
because it's subsidized with all their knockoff cigarettes from Spain.
No, no,
That's
no, no. Oh God, yeah,
99
there was
might be Lambert and Butler, you know what I mean?
well,
What's
there was
more?
one that used to stop at the bottom of our school, and people see it was an urban rumor. It wasn't true, but people said you went up to him and asked for a 99 and a wink. He'd give you like an ice cream and a cigarette. It wasn't true. It wasn't true. Someone called the police on him. It wasn't true.
Ah, bless.
Anyway,
That's weird. But that's what happens with Light. He becomes this urban legend.
mm. he, he he becomes an urban legend, but he wants to become a god. Now, to me, that speaks megalomania.
Hmm. Yeah, because if he was just wanting to do it, he would do it. You know what I mean? Okay, what have I got this book? Okay, let me do this first. Both. Oh, bloody hell! I've done something. Right, I'll put it away and leave it and get on with my life. But
Mm,
no. And the fact that Ryuk has to stay with him kind of shows as well that this is not
mm,
meant to be long term. And even Ryuk's like, nobody's ever written this number of names in the Death Note
mm.
before. This is all new. Even he's quite surprised. And he thought he was going to have a bit of fun for a bit, but
Yeah.
even he came back going, what?
You know, I like the fact that Luke's kind of like, I'm on your side. I'm going to help you, but at the same time, I'm not going to help you. Because it's like the fact that he can see, his Shinigami eyes let him see people's names. But even though there are people out there who are going to be dangerous to Light, he's not going to help him by telling them their names. Because hang
Yeah.
on, I stopped for a few episodes. No.
No, that's Pursuit. That's the four. That's just what we got up to.
Mm,
Yeah, this is basically he's been tracked by one of the FBI agents because
mm.
he's an associate
Yeah,
of the chief. You know, it's
this is episode 3, isn't it? Dealings.
No Pursuit was either. No, because Dealings is all about, like I said, Matsuda is talking about, what everybody's thinking. It's played out like an
Yeah,
80s serial killer movie because people are ringing in saying
yeah,
that they're
yeah, but
they're doing it, and
it's the end of this one where it's like Ryuk's following behind Light, and he goes, he's like, hey, Light. It's like, oh, I've told you not. God, you're talkative. I've told you not to talk to me too much while we're out. What is it? Yeah, I don't want to make you worry or anything. Someone's been following us for quite some time, and that's when when they get home, Ryuk tells him that like Shinigami eyes, with the Shinigami eyes can see the name, the date and name, and how the name and the date of a person's death floating above their head, and he can make him an offer to make his eyes Shinigami eyes, but it's only going to cost him half of his remaining lifespan.
mm,
Which got to be honest, bit of a weird deal.
that would have worked
Hmm.
20 years prior to the setting of this. Say that had been in the 80s,
Hmm.
that would have worked.
I
That offer would have been more tempting, but in today's
Yep.
age,
I do like Light's reasoning for not accepting the offer, because he wants to be a god, and as a god, he wants to live a long time to see people worship him.
mhm.
I'm like, damn, wow! It's like this. It's like Light's a cool character, but he's got a few problems.
Yeah, that's once again, it's that everything's too easy. He's a straight A student, blah blah blah. He's actually popular, he's liked,
Yeah,
but he's also without even trying because he's not interested.
yeah.
He's in his own world, so what is there for him? And that's
He's got everything. Everything goes how he wants it to. If he says something is going to happen, it happens in exactly that way. So there is no way whatsoever that his plan is going to fail, because he's one step ahead of everyone else.
mhm.
For how long though?
Well, that's always the it's always the moral of the story, isn't it?
Mm.
But yeah, that's where basically yeah, Into Pursuit. This is he's basically being followed by this guy called Pember. He's an agent. This is also where it's brought up again that Ryuk has a second copy of the Death Note, which is
Yes,
not normal.
I'm
So
remembering mentioning in an early. I think it was an
it was the
earlier.
first episode because they were making fun of him.
It's like it says like it's like when you die, it's my job to write your name in my death note.
Mhm. But he can't get his Death Note back until the human passes.
No,
And the other Shinigami are like, has he managed to lose another Death Note? He's the only Shinigami ever to have to get a second copy because he lost his first copy.
right. In a way, because I remember there's a scene where it's like, oh, he's got two death notes. Phew, what do you need two death notes for? And it's kind of like, yeah, what it's almost, it feels at time that although Light is like incredibly intelligent, there are times when it does feel like he's being led by the nose.
Yeah, it's
But
basically been given,
at the moment, this alien in the anime it's an Izzy, isn't he? Kind of thing. There are still too many questions.
but they've done this. The Shinigami have done this every so often. Is that they've dropped the Death Note into the world just to see what happens.
Mm.
So this is not the first time. That might be hundreds or thousands of years apart, but still, it's been done every so often to do this. They
Mm.
drop it in just to see, just for a bit of entertainment to see how a person with unlimited power, because let's be honest, to have the power over life and death
Oh yeah. Well,
is
it feels It feels as if Ryuk would be the only Shinigami who does this, because none of the others seem to actually care that much.
No, this is. I think that's the point. Is they've all become so despondent, but Ryuk
Yeah,
hasn't given into that yet.
yeah.
That's
So I
what I'm
think
saying about the parallels between him and Light. Is that opening scene just shows that they're both dissatisfied with the way things are. They're wanting something more.
it's
Everyone else
almost
has
like,
accepted their lot.
yeah, Ryuk wants that little bit of excitement in life. He wants to change things up. He wants things. I know there's a scene where they're talking, and it's like Light says something to Ryuk, like, "Well, why don't you take what you're learning here, take it back to your world, and change things up?"
Mhm.
And Ryuk's like, thunderstruck. He has that kind of look on his face as if he'd never thought of that before.
Yeah, he's perplexed by Light. This is the first time he's encountered somebody of this intensity. I think whenever
Yeah.
this has been done before, it's obviously finished. They're not expected to be here for so long.
I've got to be honest. If someone turned around to me, if someone turned around to me tomorrow or today and said, "Write me a list of people you want dead,"
Mm-hmm. I'll start now. Oh, he did him. He started off with his internet connection. You weren't meant to write your internet connection first. Anyway,
like,
Faye, you were saying if somebody came to you and said,
"Oh, hello. Oh, damn it! Did this thing drop?"
"Yes, but you're back."
And I was
All right.
waving my arms around. But I was like if somebody if somebody gave me a piece of paper and said, "Write down a list of the people you like, write down, go on, Flea, write down a list of the people you want dead. Go on, get it all out there. Let it all." I'm not saying there's no one, but I wouldn't be able to fill a page. I wouldn't be able to fill half a page. There'd be like three, maybe four people maximum. You've probably got a telephone book.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're completely different because I'm a vindictive shit.
No,
I'd be still
I'm
scribbling.
I'm I'm the kind of people where, like, when people like hurt me for whatever, get on my wick for whatever reason, I just turn around and go, "Yeah, whatever, bye," and then never talk to them. I'm going to go and live your life happily. Go on, off you go. But yeah,
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I just cut law. I cut laws and move on. But still, um, people who have like gotten my goat or like gotten
mm,
my face or stabbed me in the back or whatever else. Yeah, that doesn't mean every so often the memory will pop up of something that's been done. That's just I can't help it. I God, I'll have random memories of something from like 35
mm.
years ago and go, where the hell did that come from? It's my brain's weird, but
It's the human psyche sticking pins in you.
hmm, oh, I'd happily fill up, no, like I said, see people who are antagonistic
Mm.
that they'd be gone.
Yeah,
People that go
yeah,
and just wind it up. I hate little shit stirring weasels. That's the sort of person that really went. They're more egregious to me than anyone else because they always keep it going, and they always seem to be the ones that slip through the net and get away with it. The other ones are always stirring the pot and putting people off against each other and just
yeah,
cranking things
yes.
up and the rage baiting sort of shite that goes on and stuff. Those sort of people. Oh, I'd be like I said, don't let me. If I ever get the death note, don't let me on the internet ever again. Because I'm
Colin's
like
Death Note.
fucking.
He's like, Colin's Death Note, Volume 4,
Yep.
B.
I'll just be filling them up, chucking them behind me. Right, next. Shimagami just be lining up outside the door. Right.
The first volume will be A. The second volume will be AB, AC, AD, all the way through to B. Colin, you're such a nice person.
There'd be no chavs left in the world. Oh, see the ones that the
Well,
ones that
that
are
wasn't
nicking
such a
from shops and posting themselves like blatantly, doing all that shit.
Yes.
Oh
God,
God,
yeah.
yes. Fucking I would actually it'd be worth it for the Shimigami, right? Once I had all my, all the ones I could name, right? Then I would make the deal for the
Yeah.
Shimigami eyes. Then I'd be on fucking TikTok and all those dickheads. The what do you call them? The nuisance streamers. Have you seen those? There's one in
Oh yeah,
particular
that
over here. He got sent to jail. He went and he stole a woman's dog off her. He thought it was funny. Oh fuck!
well, no,
Fucking
no,
yeah,
this is
exactly. See,
this
knobheads like that. Fucking they'd be
like,
up for it.
this is this like this. It's like like I say, I've got a new phone. I opened it up. One of the pre-installed apps was TikTok. Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, but do you know what? That'd be like a live stream, like a reaction channel, but it'd be the ultimate reaction channel.
It's like,
And then,
and you
then
dead.
I'll get the comment section to fucking send me videos, and then I just fucking do
Just send me the name of the
24-hour
screen
stream.
you don't
Fucking
like,
Death
and they'll
Note
never
Go.
see you again. It's like send me a screenshot of the person you don't like and the name and 50 quid.
I was gonna say 50 quid super chat. Send me a stream of somebody being a dick, and then I'll assign the spot. Okay, right, fucking done. Not
Gotta
only
be quite
would
honest,
I get rid
though,
of a load of
I,
annoying people,
I'm,
I'll be a
I'm,
millionaire in the space
I'm
of
kind
40
of
an hour.
glad. I am kind of glad that the Death Note isn't real, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because
because
it's like
someone like me would
like
get hold of it, and I'd
yeah,
swear, fucking stand
it's like
by.
in like back in 2000 and well, you got to be honest, back in like 2006 when this was created, 2004 and 5 when the manga was made. Personalities like Lights were quite rare.
Hmm.
I mean, it's one of the things that makes him such an interesting kind of like anti-hero is the fact that he's so unlike, right? He's so unlike people that you met in everyday life. Nowadays, angry rage baiters like that are on every street corner.
Hmm.
If the Death Note fell into someone's hands today, it'd be a massacre.
Oh yeah, it'd be it'd be planes dropping out of sky, because even pilots do it. There's dipshit pilots that get onto social media and post silly shit, and it would just be everywhere, because people act like
God.
dicks now and just wind you up, and yeah.
Oh my God! Please never
Reality
let it.
TV
Please
stars.
never let this happen. Never let. Oh my.
I mean,
Well,
there's a whole section reality
I'm
TV.
going to
I
say,
mean, that'd be a death note in its own fucking
I'm
reality
going to say,
TV,
hang
right?
on
Let's
a minute.
go. Boom, boom, boom.
What reality TV stars? They'd all be dead.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh
the world would be in absolute chaos because there'd be no politicians.
no, absolutely. Fucking dun, 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 dun.
But there'd be no
Irrespective of
politicians.
party or
Yeah,
country, they're all dipshits.
yeah. It's like all the politicians you'd be gone. Everybody's houses would be really shabby because there'd be no one going around doing like cheap roofing and windows because they'd all be dead.
All the chavs would be gone. All I mean, all the little screw bags that go around trying to be like drill rappers and stuff, they'd all be gone. Um Half the internet would be gone.
I mean, it's like Thanos would turn up, snap his fingers, it wouldn't work because half the universe's population would be already dead. It's Thanos would give you the Infinity Stones.
Just like, nah, I've got this. Fuck off.
What did you say your name was? Oh, runs away.
Oh, do you know those dickheads?
Oh.
Have you ever seen the tribal videos where they rescue animals, but they don't? They basically they keep the animal like a tribal person saves puppy from snake.
Yeah.
Right, it's it's the same puppy, so they keep throwing them at the snake. The snake tries to eat it, and then they go to rescue it, and they put the snake back in the and it's cruelty. You know what I mean? It's absolute cruelty.
Hmm.
Have you seen those videos?
I haven't. I'm glad I haven't.
Yeah, they'd all be dead. Every fucker that does that, they'd be on the death note.
There'd be no such thing as social media because there'd be no one left alive who wants to do it.
It'd be like the Eye of Sauron, just woof, woof, woof. Fucking. Oh, yeah, don't give me ultimate power. Don't.
This has gone from being to anime to
I'm
being
warning you
about like
now, world. Don't give me ultimate power. I would be a holy
if,
terror.
if anybody tunes in now, they're going to be like, "What the hell?" Well, welcome to episode 1 of People We Want to See Bite the Bullet. Today we're going after used car salesman. It's
Fucking hell, I remember that some dipshit I used to go to school with tried to add me on LinkedIn like years later, and funny enough, he's a used car salesman, and I'm just that person. I'm like, yeah, that completely fits you. That's exactly what you're going to be, you slimy rat.
I've got too much conscience to be a used car salesman. I'm sorry, but yeah, It's like if today, if it was, if the Death Note appeared today, it would be an absolute. It wouldn't be like a couple of hundred convicts who died. It'd be like the entire continent of North America or something like that.
It'd be, yeah, it'd just be bodies everywhere,
Yeah,
honestly.
because it's like, can you just imagine if one of today's like rage baiting generation got hold of it? This person's made me feel unhappy, but very unhappy with his words that were totally warranted and aimed at me. He's dead.
Yeah, but that's the stage of antagonism we're at now.
Yeah.
Like everyone's trying to antagonize everyone else, and it's just shit. It's everyone feels it. It's all levels of society. It's
Yeah.
everywhere, permeates everything. Like the
My
sort of
problem.
people that generally are shunned from society or people don't trust are now the norm, and it's horrible.
See, my problem with things like that is Flea here likes a good argument. So if people if somebody starts an argument with me, right, they're going to need a death note to stop me because I will keep going until I have absolutely, utterly destroyed them with words.
Oh well, that's people don't like that today.
There's
Don't
plenty of
like
people out there.
they like to
There's
call you
plenty.
names. If you try to reason, they like to just call you names and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. They refuse to listen to reason, refuse to listen to your arguments. But the moment you say something they don't like, it's like, oh, this person said something terrible to me. I'm leaving this Discord. Click bye.
That's no. There'd be no world if the Death Note was dropped in the world now. There'd be no world.
Yeah, it'd be. It's like they talk about like the Third World War pandemics. That nothing compared to like a small kind of like A4 ring bound hardcover book, soft cover book with Death Note written on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would just be because everyone you can't get away from it. There's no respite to just switch off anymore because everyone's in your face.
Maybe that's why this manga / anime was created in the first place. To give people who have like suffered this kind of thing, something to vent at.
But it's also once again, it's a classic warning about power
Mm.
and how it corrupts. Because even this is where it turns, like it turns very quickly at this, because this is the bit
I
where
think,
Pember's basically following. He sets up his whole elaborate.
yeah, you can, it's like you can see it's like light in episode 1 seems a lot more stable and with it than light in episode 6. The intelligence is still there, but it's kind of like the things he's willing to do, like the acts he's willing to perform are slowly like slipping. He seems to be like he's still as smart as he was, but it's like in episode 1 he had his moral compass was still working. Now his moral compass seems to be stuck on that one heading, and it's just going to lead him as far as it can before it drops him in basically shit so deep he's not going to be able to get out of it.
Well, even inviting a girl from class on a date just so he can out this FBI agent by getting a junkie to hijack the bus. And he's so cocky that he's covered all variables that he doesn't care if he puts her in danger or not. And she's a complete innocent in this. No, she actually quite likes him.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
he
was
doesn't
like,
even respond. Like she's just a tool to be used.
that is I see. Like the problem with Light is he's a really good anti-hero. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not sure if I should like him or hate every fiber of his body, because sometimes he's kind of like he says something and he's kind of like, you know what, I understand that, I see where he's coming from. Then other times he will say something and do something and it's just kind of like, you piece of shit. This like the like inviting his schoolmate on a date just so he can use her as cover for something.
And putting her life in danger, because he knows exactly what's going to happen.
So is her life, here's a question, he knows everything that's going to happen, is her life in danger?
Once again, has he? This is the arrogance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you possibly cover like people? Like how many people are trying to do it now? People think they can control the entire population of Earth. They think they've got it all figured out. They think they can social engineer. They think people, and yes, there's a large percentage of people who are just sheep. That's what I mean. They like to be controlled.
Yeah,
Blah blah
always,
blah.
always.
But you cannot or you can't factor in the reaction of people and how fiercely someone will defend their freedom or in a situation like a life or death situation. None of us
Yeah,
know unless you've been in one. You don't know how you're going to act. I don't care what anybody says.
no, no. It's
Unless
like
you're
you,
in that moment, you don't. None of us know how we're going to
yeah,
react because that's how heroes are made. Cards are revealed. Your person, you know, what I mean, until that extreme situation, you just don't know. Um, you can't factor that in. That is humanity. That is what makes humanity so interesting. That's why we tell stories about humanity. That's why there's always stories to be told because there's always the chance for people to amaze you. Now, the majority, I mean, the run of the mill sort of dullards, they don't. But
mm,
that's not who you look. That's not the people that get remembered in history. That's
no,
not the people who actually change things. And there's people like Light out there today still trying to do that. They can't help themselves. It's a compulsion. And then when inevitably they get the pushback or things don't go their way, they sit there scratching their head going, "But I had it all figured out. Why did it go wrong?" Ain't that this is a tale as old as time. Yeah, it happened to work out, but
mm,
every chance he couldn't. But the fact that he's just quite prepared to use a classmate, who liked them
mm,
and use that fact as potential collateral damage. Yeah, that's showing the dark side of his nature and his inhumanity.
mm. So it's like, I think it's fairly obvious that it's just going to get darker and darker. It's like as we see him here in what episode are we on now?
We are on 4.
Right, as we see him now as episode 4, would you say he's beginning to lose his grip on humanity?
Oh, without a
Because
doubt.
it's
Just the
like
of bringing the
did
girl on a date
did
to
he
do that.
have one? Because he's like it comes across oh so slightly from when he's talking about himself, like in episode 1 when he's describing himself. It's like I want to say like he sees himself as a cut above the rest, but I think it's more than that. He doesn't see himself as a cut above the rest. He sees himself as being on a completely, utterly, totally different level than everyone else.
Mhm. Well, hence the "I will be a god." Who
Yeah, I
does
mean,
that?
like, there's Light has an arrogance about him.
Which is when we see Elle come into the thing, who's basically his personality. there's a good comment he makes is yeah, I can't remember the word. It means knife or something. That I can't remember his moniker. Light had that the Khazar calling him
Oh, Kira.
Kira, right? That's right. Flip's sake, I don't know why I forgot that. Um, Elle says, "Yeah, Kira is childish and doesn't like to lose," and then he just goes,
Oh yeah,
"I am also childish and don't like to lose," but he's
it's like
older and
yeah. How do you know? And he just kind of like pouts a bit because I'm the same.
yep, and it's about how do you channel your energy. Um, Elle, Elle would have been if Elle had been the same age as Light and got the Death Note, he probably would have been the same.
I am not going to say you're wrong there.
So L's just a few years. I know they've drawn him that he looks almost the same age, but he's not. He's a few years older. He's been through that maturity, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
and he's found his purpose. That well, look at the character of Sherlock Holmes. You know what I mean? Drug addict and just completely, just
as
suffers from melancholy from having. It's not something about having a super. I don't know because I'm thick as fuck, so I don't know what having a super intellect is. That's fine. I'm
I can't math. That's how smart I am. I can word, but I cannot math. But yeah, it's like it's yeah. I'd agree with that. If Ella, I mean, if Ella had been the one who'd found the Death Note, he would definitely have done the same. Whether or not he'd have been quite as I don't know brutal, whether he'd been quite as forward as Light is, I don't know. But there is the fact, the resonance that both of their names begin with L.
yeah. I think that's deliberate as well. It's a play on it.
But yeah, I'm yeah. The problem with this anime is it gives you a lot to think about.
Yeah, but that's the whole
It-
purpose of
yeah,
storytelling.
yeah. But it gives you a lot to think about. But unlike a lot of stories, it doesn't give you a lot of time to. Well, maybe if we were watching it like one episode a week, well, like when it was originally broadcast, but because we're watching it in like chunks, it doesn't give you time. I mean, I watched 3 the other night. I watched the last 3 this morning. Actually, it's like I sat with my phone watching them. And it's like because we're watching them in chunks, it doesn't give you time to digest what you're seeing. It's like we say it's like it's quite a slow plot at the start. It's quite a slow plot, but even though it's a slow plot, it's constantly throwing tidbits of information at you.
Mm-hmm. Which is all about, I mean, and it's raising the moral question as well. And did L go too far? When he like even though that criminal was scheduled for execution anyway, um, was that too far? Like because everybody saw it in live TV as well.
That is a very good question. A very good question
So
because
once again,
it's
is that if it's all about what happens to certain personalities when given power, what you see people that can't handle it, you see people that are they completely detached from reality, the sort of horrors that would inflict in the world. Me, for example, I would not lie if I had that power. A lot of people
mm,
wouldn't be here anymore because you annoy
mm.
me because bastards,
See,
that's. But I at
so
least
also,
I freely admit that, which is why I shouldn't have
so,
that sort of
yeah,
power
so
because
right. So also as well as being a horror, and it is a good horror. It's also a power fantasy.
hmm,
It's also something where people can watch this and go like, you know what? If I had that, the supervisor at my office, he'd be gone. Or that guy on the train every morning who just kind of sits there and smokes. That's it. He'd be
yeah.
gone. All those noisy kids at the school next door. It's a power fantasy. So it's almost like the Death Note is it's something to dream about.
Yep, and that's I think what's
Not
happened
worrying at
before
all.
with the Death Note is maybe somebody's written one or two names in it, and then they realize it's
Yeah.
no,
Mm.
this
I
is not
wonder.
for me.
I wonder when this first aired in Japan. how many people actually like made their own death notes and put names in them?
Do people do that anyway?
Oh, yes, this is true.
I mean, there's people do that, and some of us have voodoo dolls. If people would happily
So,
see fall down a set of stairs.
unfortunately for me, my body is my brain's voodoo doll. Oh,
This is the bit tactics when L the me or sorry light crosses the line. So you'd think he let Pember off, the Pember just, it already decided he was innocent.
yeah.
Light knew that, but that wasn't enough.
Mm.
He wanted to take out the police who are investigating them. This is where he crosses the line, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree with that, especially at the end of what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like threatening threatening Pember's family. I mean, there was a line. Somebody commented in the chat underneath the on site under this anime. It's like R.I.P. Pember. Dude just wanted a family with the woman he loved.
Mm-hmm. And just doing
But
his,
yeah,
I mean, was he really? If Light had it all figured out, did he really need to do that?
I honestly don't think Pember would have been a threat. I really don't. It's like, but it's like it's part of Light's power trip, isn't it?
Mm.
I cannot remember how this ends, but I see it. I kind of see it as like eventually Light is going to fall into one of his own traps, or he's going to turn around the corner. He's going to turn around the corner, and Ryuk's going to be there, standing, waiting for him with his death note open. Because I honestly think that Light is forgetting what it means to be human. He's only had the death note for like we're not quite sure how long he's had the death note.
Less than a month, like a week or so. Like this has all happened in the space of.
But I honestly think being given that kind of power has rotted his brain. It's like he's losing his humanity, and he's having the greatest fun in the world doing it.
Yep, and the fact that, like he even says, he's going to become a god. That should be warning enough. Anyone who says that,
He's a closet. Well, no, not even closet. He's a megalomaniac.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like the act he puts on in front of his family, the loving son. But the moment the family are out of the way, boom, back to being regular Light.
Mhm. Which is funny. We don't see that act. We only see it with his family act when he basically says this. Basically, his agenda is to keep his father in the case so he can get access to his files. So he pretends to be proud of him, but we don't see how his friends and all. We always see him detached, but we don't see how his friends and all like him. That girl.
I would say, does he have friends? I mean,
No, he does because he even said that. Believe it or not, I'm quite popular. So when he uses that girl, it shows that he's a completely different, almost psychopathic. He has this facade he puts on in front of the entire world.
Like being popular is a lot different from being friends. I mean, you can be popular, but also you could be like the loneliest person in the world.
Robin
I
Williams.
mean, how many of these people hanging? If there's people hanging around him, how many people are these people hanging around him just because he's like the smartest kid in the block, and like, hey, he's the guy we want to be seen with.
But that's what I mean. It's a whole facade. The only person he's been open with has been
Mm.
Ryuk.
Mm.
And Ryuk's even going, he's not even bothered. I've revealed myself as a Shinigami. He just took it in his stride.
Yeah,
Even Ryuk's
that,
going,
that's it's to be quite honest. I'd have probably shit myself and jumped out the window.
but that
Not
once again,
necessarily in that order, but
that's what's perplexing Ryuk. But then again, that's what's making him fascinated to see how this plays
yeah.
out. He's picked the right
I,
person.
I can understand why Ryuk is interested.
Mhm.
I really, really, really can. Because it's like for what he's trying to do, light's ideal.
Yeah. But yeah, what he does to Pember, and
Mm.
on the train just makes him identify because
Right.
he works out that he could write the type of he can write the time of death, the type of death, but if he leaves the names out, he can have it written in later.
Yeah. And it's like as long as the person who's writing the name has an image of that person in their head, it will work out.
Mm-hmm.
That is some very clever thinking, but at the
But
same time, no, that is just kind of like
but I think even the fact he's prepared to rip pages out of the book, that's something else that Ryuk is
mm,
he's never seen happen.
mm. Yeah, because the first indication that he can do that is during the bus snapping,
Yep. And
where
then
you
even
get when you,
uses Ryuk.
yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy.
But this is the bit as well,
Mm.
where Light doesn't understand how these things happen. So what he's done is, yeah, he's made the majority of the police force like they're all quitting. They don't want to be involved.
It's understandable when someone can kill you without even being there.
But how many times?
I understand why why the police basically turn around and no, we'd rather quit than work on this case. I can understand that level. I mean,
Mhm.
there's an existential threat there, isn't there? It's like there's something out there that can kill them. They wouldn't even know it's coming. It's just like it's the Thanos snap. Boom, that's it. You're gone. That's it. Your life's over. You're not an entity anymore. I
But
can understand why they're leaving.
but then again, that's where bravery. This is where heroes come to play. So including
There are.
his father,
Mm,
who's like, yes, I couldn't live by
mm,
myself by doing nothing. So he ends up gathering like the most, the bravest of the police officers who will do anything. Think back to World War II. Think
yeah,
of storming the beaches of Normandy. You knew when that dropped the front panel, 9 out of 10 times chance you were going to be dead immediately.
yeah,
Still
yeah.
the win.
Well, look at the I mean, look at the commando forces during World War II.
Mm.
If they were captured, they were shot on sight just for being commandos.
But people still did it. People stepped up, and this is what happens at the greater the threat, the bigger the evil,
Mm.
the greater the heroism that gets spawned out of it.
Yeah, what's the old saying? When the time arises, the man will stand.
Mm. That's and every megalomaniac likes a light. Always on. Don't take us into consideration, and it's
In, in a way, that's why the world needs villains.
yeah. You have to
The
show.
world,
You have to show
the
people.
world, yeah, the world needs bad people, so the good people will come and do something about it.
It's always a flux.
Mm.
The whole cycle. Great. Uh, Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create bad times. Bad times create strong men, and the cycle goes round.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
it's all part of that as well. And yeah, this is where we're seeing it. The fact that yeah, the ones that for whatever reason just don't. Yeah, I'm not putting myself in danger. Blah blah. This is too much. Everyone has their limit, but then out of that, you always get, and the people who are heroic tend to be like exceptional. So you get this
Mm,
small team of police officers who basically, yeah, I could die, but I'd rather die than do nothing while this is going on. See it all the
mm,
time. Um, L is sort of waiting for that before introducing himself. He kind of knew already how this was going to play out because even without being hyper intelligent, if you understand humanity, that's always going to be the way it's going to go. Use your appeasers, you have your collaborators, you have your cowards, but then you get your heroes. Episode 6 was interesting
I agree with that.
because we get another wild card thrown into it, and that's Pember's fiance, which Light didn't factor.
She is. I don't know when she gets introduced in episode 5. I kind of felt like she's going to become. It's like we've already worked out. I think we'd already worked out by then that Pember was a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like it's like his fiance is going to be a major part of this. It's like she's going to step into this. She knows this, like this. She knows the circumstances of his dead. He talked to her. She knows what he was worried about. She's got information and things that she can bring into this that are going to make her a major character.
Yeah, and we'll see it.
Yeah,
It's
so she goes to the police station, and who's the first person she bumps into?
yeah, like, and it was just by chance.
Right.
It wasn't even
Yeah.
planned.
I think that annoys me actually. That annoyed me because it's like when she's standing there and Light walks in, I'm just like, oh, for God's sake! I'm not. By this time, I am totally not a fan of Light's character.
Yeah, but is this a chance for him to see a redemption arc?
Mm,
Oh dear, my actions. I just saw them as uh, pieces on chess pieces on a
mm,
board, but this
yeah.
actually affects people, and it's not even like even let's go to the scumbag criminal.
Mm.
They might go out and like rob and mug people, but they might be the best parent and
See,
partner when they're at
that's
home.
it.
They might actually
Like,
be the most loving father or
yeah,
mother, you know what I mean? And
ev-
by them getting
everyone
killed,
out there, no matter who they are or what they've done, is someone's son, someone's father, someone. It's like there's also interpersonal relationships. It's like the amount of pain that Light has caused so far.
yeah, that's
I
what
can't
you
work,
just
I can't work out if you're supposed to cheer for him or boo at him.
you're meant to think. You're meant to actually do what we're doing and pawn to this.
Mm,
That's the whole point of this series. It's not black and white. It's not everyone thinks there's a one-stop solution to the world. Like I said, if I had the Death Note, I would
mm.
definitely go after people that annoyed me. Is that
There's,
right
there's,
or is it wrong? Do you know what I mean?
there's no,
Just
there's
that
no
might be
such
all
thing.
right, but just because I'm annoyed by them, what gives me
Like,
the right to do that?
there's no such thing as black and white. Everything's grey.
Mm-hmm. When you hit the black and whites, when you're at the very, very extremes of the color
Mm,
chart, the shadings. I mean, there are times where it's like, no, this is wrong, has to be stopped. And Light is one of them examples because he's never going to
mm,
stop. Like I said,
no.
it starts off, it's like a serial killer starting off with animals, working themselves up. It's a compulsion, they can't help themselves.
Mm,
And he's never, and Pember is a perfect example of that. And I think we need, once again, that's what this series is doing so well. It's showing you that, yeah, it's not a so simple and, yeah, if you think you're getting on your high horse about something, well, here's something to bring you back to reality. And then his fiance,
yeah.
The fact that
because
she's the detective herself and very
that
capable.
I've got to be honest, that bit did make me laugh. Like, it's like, you used to be one of the greatest FBI agents in the world, but you're my girlfriend now.
Yeah, and you're going to be a housewife. That was a bit. Whoa, okay.
That's it. You don't need to worry about that anymore. You're going to be married. Get in that kitchen. You know, it's like, I don't think that line wouldn't go down well today, would it?
No.
The kitchen one I made up, by the way, for anybody who's watching. So don't complain. But it's just kind of it's like Pemba. Pemba is everything that's good about humanity, and Light is kind of like Light is everything that's rotten and
He
stinking about
represents
humanity.
this current sneering class of people that think they're better than everybody else. That's what Light represents.
Yeah, that's Light.
I get loads of good exam grades. That makes me better than you. I therefore can tell you how to live your life.
You make a
And
great politician.
oh yeah, that's exactly that sort of sniveling class. You know, I'm gonna see it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we also see, that L has met with the police officers, and they've now got a plan that he's revealed himself because the only way they can trust him is for him to they actually meet him in person.
Yeah. No,
Um,
not what I was expecting. Got to be honest.
it was kind of set up, when you saw the sort of him in the shadows and stuff. You knew it was going to be, you knew
Yeah.
it's going to be very like he's going to be very physically similar because that's what they're playing the two sides of the coin here game.
Yeah. I say he's like Light if Light was homeless.
Mm.
He's like he comes across as being like, I don't know. He's
It's the
kind of like,
absent-minded professor sort of thing. It's
yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
He's the exact opposite. He's like Light thinks he's incredibly intelligent and he's going to use that intelligence for this and that and the other, and he's got this plan. L feels as if he's just kind of like tripped and fallen into whatever he's doing.
Mm.
It's like he's kind of like well, no, we know we kind of, from what he says, we know why he's doing this. The whole reason he's like the consulting detective kind of character. The whole reason he's getting into all these crimes and solving all these problems is simply because the man is bored. You can see. I mean, look. You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah. If he wasn't doing that, he'd be in a government
Mm.
lab somewhere, crunching numbers or, doing something like that.
Yeah.
Once again,
Yeah.
the likes of him and Light, they're two sides of the same coin. They don't fit
Mm.
in with society. They're outliers, and
Mm.
so I almost see extreme intelligence almost being like a disability.
Extreme intelligence is a
It's
very
it's
dangerous thing, I think, because it does. I mean, it's like you look at you look at all the great minds in the world that have existed in the world. They've all had massive social problems that went along with them.
mm,
It's like
or
intelligence.
mental health
In,
issues or addictions of some sort. I mean, it
yeah,
doesn't. It's
intelligence. Intelligence. Intelligence is a disease. It's like I mean, how many people who have high IQs would rather be happy and dumb?
yeah. Well, I wouldn't know.
No, me neither.
But also stupidity is a disease. It's all about extremes, isn't it? You always have to watch out for because extremely stupid people are just as dangerous as extremely intelligent people. Because
I
once
wonder.
again, they're both detached from the norms
Yeah.
of society or just common interaction. They don't have it. It's that bit of their brain is disconnected at one end or the other. We're seeing with Light and L what the other the
Hmm.
extreme side of that is,
I
and how
wonder.
easily
Sorry, no, I'm interrupting you. Sorry.
just the lag or no, just saying how having that detachment for reality and then insert the chance of a bit of power or
Hmm.
and overindulgence in something, anything where it can lead, and it never leads to good places.
Mm. So I was just wondering, how much difference would this series be if the Death Note had fallen into the hands of a complete moron? Someone who doesn't have, someone who no, not a moron, a regular person, someone who doesn't have light's intelligence.
They would do their boss. They would do their ex.
Mm.
Somebody bullied them in school. And that would probably be about
Yeah.
it.
They would, yeah, they wouldn't have they wouldn't have the thoughts of like, do you know what, I'm gonna take this book and I'm gonna use it to make the world a better place.
No, I wouldn't.
It's
No.
they wouldn't think that. They wouldn't, it wouldn't be I'm going to make the world a better place. It would be I'm going to make my world a better place. They'd only I think they'd only take out people that like affect them on a personal level.
Yeah. And then that would be it. You know, maybe 2-3 names at most.
Hmm.
That's it. No, but the fact that Light goes straight to I'm going to become a god now. I've got this power.
That's to me that's megalomania. There's no other word for it. It's like I have received this book because I deserve it. Is something else that he hints at a lot. I've got this book because I deserve it. Of course it was going to come to me because I am the only person who knows how to use it.
Yeah, and that's how many people do see that in the world. Like,
it's like
never ends well. Eventually they get their comeuppance through self-destruction or somebody else coming up behind them, you know, that wants to take their place.
That's it. I actually see as this goes on. I actually see Light. He's going to reach the point where he disassociates from humanity so much that he'll probably target his family, his friends,
Yeah,
anyone.
it becomes an obstacle. Yep.
Yeah, anyone who has a link with him that could somehow reveal that he is the person who is doing that.
Yeah, it gets interesting anyway. But we're going to be with this for a while because I think we're just going to do the whole series, aren't we?
Right, you are.
Because yeah, I don't want to stop this like halfway through and then put it back in the wheel and see if it comes up
I've,
again.
I've got to work out where the specials fit in because the one I'm watching it's like something like 22 episodes and then the specials are separate.
All right, no, I think mine's all 37 episodes, so I think it's all.
Oh,
we'll have a look. We'll have a talk afterwards just to make sure we get it all sorted.
yeah,
But there you go.
well, yeah,
No, that was fun. Looking forward to it.
I'm really enjoying this because it's making me ask a lot of questions, and it's long enough since I've seen this that I can't remember all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, if you think about it, I've watched this once when it was new. I'm 19. I'm nearly 20 years older than I was the first time I watched this.
Yep.
God, that's like which is kind of like, it means how much of my answers going to change? How much have I changed since I watched it? Fuck me, I'm getting older, and that's depressing.
That's part of life, though. No, but yeah, obviously we'll be looking forward to carrying on with this again. Thanks as always, mate. That was fun, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you up there.
Yep, I'm really going to enjoy this one.
There you go. And so we'll be back. So just needs to say, until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.